Welcome to another episode of Dad Hat and Straight Edge. Every week we blather for a while, we go over, we go under. Sometimes things don't work, jokes and or technology, but every time we make it out alive.
Every time. This is Zig and Larry Ignore Topic.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, buddy. I just got a warning from my computer that I have 10% of my hard drive remaining. I only have
Excellent.
10% of a hard drive. So we're gonna have to
It doesn't seem. I
doesn't
mean,
seem like a
that's
lot, does it?
no,
No, that's
no.
not. So I bought one of these bad boys.
How much anime porn can you fit on one of those?
One of these.
Yeah,
So far, all of it.
looks like a cigarette case,
It is
old
a
fancy cigarette case.
it's a flask full of kerosene, and I
Can
just
hold
huff
it.
it now. I just huff it and go on adventures.
Yeah, you would have to because that doesn't hold enough whiskey to do any real damage for you.
No, no.
We call this an appetizer. It's a pint. Uh-huh. Oh,
But I just distracted by my crotch.
I was just saying, just looking at your balls and giggling is what you're doing right now. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not opposed to it, but I just wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah, just same problem as last week, folks. One of the pieces of equipment has decided to betray us, but I am a clever boy and have like two other backups and a third potential solution. I'm not.
Larry, you
Thank you, anxiety. That's
thanks to ADHD and your need to conquer, we have
yep.
we have backups upon backups. Plan C and D.
Plan C and D. Plan E is just where I say fuck it and destroy everything in my path. So let's not get there.
Plan F is usually something institutionalized for everybody's safety.
Plan Jesus Christ is the last stage. That's just where I've got real fucked up on paint huffing and corn mash whiskey and
After a while, you just stop labeling the plans. It's just like with ordinance or without ordinance. Where are we at?
with the big boom booms or without the big boom booms.
It's just based on mood at this point. There's the plans are out the window. It's more aggression, just blind aggression.
I'm eating a cheeseburger. What? No, nobody. That's raw hamburger with sprinkled cheese on it. That's what you've done. Just let him have it.
He's been wearing the same crown from Burger King since Thursday, and he won't let me take it off. Leave him the fuck alone.
Leave him alone. He's only wearing one crock. We don't know where the other one is, but we know the neighbor's been walking funny.
Last time we found it inside one of the neighbor cats. So
So
I don't want to find it at this point. And I definitely don't want him to put it back on.
no. You think the smell's bad now?
That's why we get Crocs. You can only footwear you can hose off.
Crocs. Their new commercial.
What do you have in common with your shoes? We only both get hosed off.
Crocs. You and your shoes can get hosed up.
Don't wear Crocs if you don't live on your feet. If you're not like a nurse or like a chef, don't. I would say don't wear Crocs for fashion. Yeah, I know what you're gonna do. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, but I'm just
Your
around
rubber
the house.
shoes. Well, you they let you keep those after they let you out last time.
It's true. I
Yeah.
refuse to let them go. I named them. That's David and that's Margaret, and they're a mating pair, and I can't separate them now. What if I do? One will be sad, and the other one will turn into a fucking whore, Margaret.
Ladies and gentlemen, another episode of Larry swears at his clothing. Can you fill an hour doing that? Regrettably.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Minimally.
At minimum.
I have look, these shorts displease me. I I am I'm not as obsessive about my body as I used to be, thanks therapy, but now it's all about just trying to be healthy. Um,
Mhm.
and I have noticed the nice side effect is that things are fitting again, and that's fun. That's
I haven't had the balls to try out a pair of my jeans in the last year because I haven't needed to. I have a feeling it's just a setup for failure.
I,
Like,
I, yeah. I bought some new jeans. I just bought some stuff and I'm like, hey, I like these. I like the way they look. I like the way they feel. I bought 4 different pair in 4 different colors.
Hmm.
The same company. I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of other shit because I have too much shit. So it's time to get rid, because I'm like, I've got a t-shirt that Willow's already claimed. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was like a failed band or somebody did a great joke, but it was like they mashed up, I don't know, David Bowie and Freddie Mercury in like a silhouette, and underneath just says Silver Ball. And I'm like, none of this makes sense. It's nonsense. I
Hmm.
bought it from Goodwill.
I have
It's
zero issues with this. Yeah.
it's never fit me. It's never. It's always looked like the kid with the pituitary gland problem walking onto the playground, you know? It's like, what's that 12-year-old doing here? You be nice. Lenny is 7 and he's just big. He's just big and he doesn't know his own strength.
That's the problem when you find like beautiful things like that in the Goodwill, because you can't like walk up to the person who's just working or volunteering their time. Do you have this in a 2XL? I didn't know we had that in a that. What the
It's
$2, take it or leave it. I have crocheting to do back here.
Dude, I don't even know where I am right now. Great.
Wearing a pair of glasses in front of the pair of glasses. Jesus Christ, and they're both on the same chain.
These are my looksies. Okay.
Everybody here is named Ruth. Have you noticed that?
I mean, even that guy. Hello, I'm Ruth. Can I help? No. No. Can I help you take your skin off? What? Nothing. Speaking of that,
What is Ruth short for? Quiet violence. Pardon? No, you're
what's Ruth short for? 20 at San Quentin.
oh,
Oh, we found all kinds of ways to survive, didn't we?
I don't know how you got from A to B on that one, and I don't care to find out. Thank you very much. I'm a small man, and I'm kind of soft in the middle.
I keep keep a whole diagram of it behind this portrait of horses that we're selling for $3.
There is always hand painted or like prints of horses. So there's a lot
Yep,
of landscapes. If you need shitty landscapes, that's where you go.
yep. If you're opening up a less than savory motel, that's where you go to get all the artwork.
We call it the stinking boink, and it's open 24/7.
Put a pin in that. I've got a stinking boink story, but um, I I'm glad that I am mostly oblivious most of the time. Um, like my wife has watched, but she's watched both men and women flirt with me, and I'm just like, uh-huh, okay, well, thanks for coming to the show. Bye.
Mhm.
She's like, that's really, it's really, well, one time she was like, you don't have to do that. You can like be a little flirty back. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, that woman like all but took her genitals out and went, put that in here. And I was like, no, she wasn't. She was just being nice. She was like, no, honey. No, just being nice is like, hey, great set, shakes your hand, walks away. This woman stood and talked to you for 20 minutes, bought you 3 drinks during that 20-minute time, and wouldn't stop touching your arm. I just thought she was friendly.
She wasn't standing in a puddle when the when the conversation started.
So I'm at the grocery store. Nicole is down in Missouri again. She's been down there for, I don't know. I think she just lives down there now.
I was
And
saying they,
didn't
they
tell
keep
me.
is the government shipping her there, and she just keeps walking back or something.
We keep sending her out to the backwoods, and she finds her way back with a full, like, fully cooked lasagna. You
I'm
kids
trying to
hungry?
abandon this dog.
Are you kids hungry? Oh my God, honey, it's my love language. I know, and that's why I'm 100,000 pounds. But no, she's down there visiting her mom, so she can work from down there because she's good at her day job.
Mhm.
I mentioned it and got like, hey, I might be able to work remote somewhere, not my house. Maybe if I wanted to go spend like some time somewhere, and I got laughed at when I brought it up. So, but anyway, So I had to run to the store to pick up some stuff, and it was Wednesday. I didn't see another human being. I worked out uh twice that day, and then just by the time the day got done, I was like, I'm not seeing anybody. I don't need to shower. So I am like still in like tank top and shorts. I gotta run to the store. I just grab a short sleeve, like I'm like, I need to cover up this tank top at least. Left it open, but I just threw like the first thing I could, which was my one of my shitty Hawaiian shirts, and
Hmm.
and just was I'd forgotten that I wasn't wearing my slip-on shoes. I was wearing Crocs still.
Hmm.
I've got the boat shoes that I like.
Yeah. Hmm.
I forgot that those weren't on my feet. I was in a hurry because I wanted to get over to the store, grab what I needed, and then get back. Um,
Is this
so
like I need context? Is this grocery store, gun store?
a grocery
What?
store,
Okay, okay,
sorry. Yeah, gun store,
yeah.
ba-
Just need to go get some ammo.
bait, bait and switch
Actually, that is the
store.
proper. That's the proper fucking outfit for the goddamn. Just ammo and bait. That's all I need.
I, but I'm walking in to get like some fresh fruit and
Not a sandwich wrapped in cellophane.
yes, I really I was like, I stopped because I'm like, they got barbecue chicken fingers today. Those are really good. No, get some bananas and some apples, you fat fuck. But I just as I looked down to be like, but I really want, and saw my Crocs were on my feet, and I went, motherfucker, just barked it out. I had to change shoes. Now, I've noticed that there's this dude that kind of has looked at me as I'm mumbling to myself because I haven't been around other humans all day, and Nick took the dog, so I was alone. But so I'm just, and now I'm in public. There's other human energy. I'm just mumbling things to myself. Like, do I need some cherry tomato? What do they call them? Cherry tomatoes. I mean, they're even bigger. But these could go in a butthole.
I'm
And
so glad I'm not the only one who started mumbling to himself.
it's
I've had a hard time admitting that to anybody.
like I walked past something and just it said sugar free, and I was like, fucking bet it is, or so, just stupid shit. Salmon patty. I'll pat your salmon. Just
Yeah, just nothing. Just you
nothing.
can't stop mumbling. Yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
filter is just like worn out. You don't change the filter after 45 years. You just keep the same one and let holes keep poking through it. So by the time we're 65, we're just sitting there screaming obscenities at trees.
And so at one point, I have stopped to look for. There's a particular bread. It's an everything bagel bread. Makes great sandwiches. I can't.
You got stock? He's selling me on the bread.
You know what? This bread sounds amazing, but I can't find the bread. Have you had the bread? I can't find the goddamn bread. So I'm looking for this everything bagel bread, and I'm like, oh, finally I find something I like. Whole grain everything bagel bread, and they can't fucking keep it in fucking stuff. Mumble. And this dude that I've noticed looking at me laughing as I'm like old manning my way around the store, comes up. Now, Zig, I want to explain this guy's look. Good looking dude, probably in his maybe mid 50s at most. Okay.
Okay.
Perfectly coiffed, salt and pepper, George Clooney-esque hair, like when
Okay.
when Clooney would let it grow out, that kind of, but it was perfectly coiffed. Designer glasses, dress shirt tucked in to some pressed like slacks, not even like chinos, like actual slacks, designer shoes, a cart full of fresh vegetables and such. And so he's approached me.
The opposite of us.
The exact opposite of me. It
Yeah.
is we get a polar opposite of Larry. Uh, this guy. Yeah, bring him in. We got central casting on it. Bring him in. Let's see how he reacts.
Clooney versus the guy who's swearing at a bunch of bananas that he has to eat.
You son of a bitch. I want your potassium, but not your flavor. Uh, I don't like the way you make me feel in my pants every time I put you in my mouth.
If anybody ever watched this show on YouTube, that would be a perfect clip. Use that, meme the shit out of it.
Please do.
Please,
Please do.
please do.
Um, in fact, I may do that myself. May actually put effort
Fine,
into it.
fine.
I've actually put effort into the last like 3 episodes that we've put up there.
Oh, maybe I'll start watching it.
Yeah,
Again.
you should take a look at it. I actually did intros and the commercial drops. Anyway, so this guy and we're chatting, and I just think initially I just think it's a dude who is sharing. We're having a shared experience. Then the dude invited me to dinner at his house. Hold on.
Mhm.
And I went, I appreciate it. I've got like 2 phone calls tonight, like for here's
Washing your hair.
well, I had to talk to the soon to be married couple, and
I'm aware. Just the way
yeah,
that came out.
yep.
I know
I
that's an
was like,
excuse.
I think how I
I have
feel.
to talk to 2 different people tonight. I can't make it 3. It has nothing to do with your peen.
I can't make it 3. Have you seen how I react when there's multiple people around me?
I can't get away from this fucking bread aisle.
I'm just gonna get this cornbread to make sandwiches out of it. But oh well, okay, well, didn't hurt to ask. And I was like, oh, I really appreciate it. Yeah, because the dude invited me to his house. I'm always cook way more than I can eat. Why don't you come over? You see, and I'm like, nah, I appreciate it. That's really nice of you. But I'm married. No, I didn't do that. I should have. Is what I was like, yeah, I got a couple phone meetings anyway. All right, you
He
have a
looked
good
at you
night.
and said, "This looks like a guy who'll suck my dick for some Primavera."
Yep, and he's not wrong. I was eating. I was getting stuff for like lunches for the next 2 days, and because I already made like uh, buffalo burrito bowls, and so I've just been eating on that for 3 days, just like
Mhm.
whatever. I made a whole batch of it. It was enough that Gideon and I ate it for dinner, and then I gave him some to take home, and then I had enough still left over. I ate on it for 2 more days, and then I shit a paste that is unbelievable.
I should have paced one of my favorite albums from the 90s.
From Lit.
Oddly enough, Barry Manilow, but I don't know why.
Tom Jones threw his hat in the ring.
Sir Tom Jones, I should have paced. Da-da, da-da, da-da.
I should have paced.
When I found out that man was Welsh, I almost shit my pants. I don't know why. I thought he was. It just amazed me he wasn't American. He seems like the most American human being on the planet.
I thought when they built Las Vegas, there was like some plate shifting. The Earth cracked and it just popped him up.
Yeah, right. You build Vegas around people like Tom Jones.
Donkashane, I've got a huge dick, Donkashane.
I get top billing because I beat the hell out of those 2 queers and their tigers.
Donkashane. So anyway, I come home. I was talking to Nick. I was like, oh, because I get in the car and I'm like, oh, that dude was flirting with me. And now I feel guilty because I didn't immediately just go, oh, sorry, man, I appreciate that, but I'm married, so you know.
He was really into the unwashed redneck vibe.
I don't know what. Look, I'm just a sweet treat, is what I am. But
He pressed his slacks, looked at his bucket list before he left the house that day. He said, "Next thing on the agenda, fuck Lothar of the Hill People."
doesn't
And more power to him. I don't care what he does with his list, and you just seem to fit the bill.
I don't need it to smell good. I just don't want it to smell bad. There can be a
Gets sexually mauled by a gas station attendant. I found one.
There he is. You know what's wrong is you got your coolant is you got a small leak. I tell you what I can do. But like as I'm talking to Nicole, I was like, oh, then, oh yeah, here's this and here. I said I feel kind of guilty because I didn't immediately go, oh, I appreciate it, I'm married. I was like, oh, wait a second, was that dude gay, or was he just looking to wear my skin like a suit?
It's entirely possible too.
And Nick was like, I think he was looking to wear you, but probably more like a hat than anything else.
It could have been a kill list, not a bucket list. Like
Yeah.
kill Lothar of the Hill people.
So I get a hold of what I call my I take it to the gay
He's a
committee.
vigilante. He's a vigilante for people who aren't perfectly dressed every time they leave the house. He has made it his Batman mission. He was once somebody who was dressed like a carny killed his parents when he was 5. Okay. So now he needs to look like somebody whose name is Hamilton every day of his life. And anytime he runs across a man who's screaming at a bag of fucking fruit, who looks like he hasn't washed since he was 12, I must remove him from the breeding pool. This is what he has done with his life, and he is passionate. And he's made it to 55 doing it, so he's good.
Yeah,
He's
he's
good.
real good. Because here's the other thing. I see a lot of very familiar faces at our grocery store. It's right across the street where
Sure.
they're quite a I'm
You see the same cast of characters that you've never met, but yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, and you get to know some of them when you're going down the pasta aisle and you're like, "Oh, that's old Betty, don't talk to her. She'll throw she'll throw twisty noodles at you, you know."
There's Sadness Julian with all the Tostinos pizza rolls and root beer in the place.
As we stop and just look at each other, he's got root beer and Totino's pizza rolls, and I've got 2 full-size frozen pizzas, and a case of actual beer, and we just lock eyes, and he goes, "I'm a Christian." "Yeah, sure you are, buddy."
I'm a Christian. Well, I've given up. Good day to you too.
And just salute with each other's beverages. Um, so I take it to my gay committee, which is just 4 of my gay friends that I will reach out to, and I'm like, "Hey, I need the gay committee." And I threw it out there. 3 of the 4 gay dudes that I threw that out to there was like, "Oh yeah, no, he was a serial killer."
He wasn't cruising. You were in real danger.
And one of them was like, "Oh, that sounds sweet." And I'm like, but you're the youngest on the committee. You're gonna die. You are definitely getting Dahmered by somebody sometime." But the other 3 are all like mid to late 40s queens that have been at this for a while. And I was like, okay, so
This. They've been at this for
they've been what? They've been at the bus hole for a minute.
I've been at this for a while. It sounds like you're getting fucking carpentry advice.
Yeah,
I'll show
kind
you how to
of.
use a microplane. I've been at this for a while.
It's
It's
something something wood something
microplane. That's all. That's in the kitchen. I don't know anything about carpentry. It
something.
seems
That's my hack joke is something something wood something something.
something's.
Fill in the blanks. I don't fucking care. But I was like, how do you know? And they're like, because no self-respecting older gay man would invite someone that looked like you in that state to their home. They would be like, hey, why don't you meet me somewhere for dinner after you've cleaned up? And I was like, I avoided just being murdered, didn't I? And they're like, yeah, yeah. I was like, why would you choose me though? Of all the people at the grocery store, and you
Some
look
lunatics need a challenge.
at, I'm guessing they one of my buddies was like, most dangerous game kind of situation.
He just invested in this new company that makes tasers, and he really wants to know if the product will stand up to a real challenge.
I'm just gonna wake up in Washington Park and be like, all right, well, here's what I've done. Is see, I've taken your clothing, except for this very smart jock strap. You look great, by the way. You should wear these more often if you survive this. Um, I've duct taped a knife to the underside of one of the park benches. Um, have distracted the park police, and I've also given you a cocktail of Rohypnol, Viagra, and so much LSD. And I'm really sorry for that one. I don't know why I did it. Um, but but if you can make it to the duct tape knife, there's also some adrenaline, and really, I just want to see what's going to happen after that. So you don't have to put it in your heart. Just stick it in your leg. It's in an EpiPen. Anyway, all right, I'm going to give you a head start. Bye.
I'm off to make a lovely salad. You saw what was in the cart.
Because I'm gonna need that to help wash you down. Because you look marble.
You don't know how fucking amazing it was. That cart was not overflowing with vegetables. That was like camouflage. Underneath that was a midget with a blowpipe, and he was about to dart you if you went out to help him put the stuff in his van.
Well, it's just a
Yep,
ah,
exactly.
why? Hit him again. He's a biggin.
Why? Because literally you never saw it coming. There's no way you could have planned for this, and that's the only way I'm going to win. And win I shall. He's not a vigilante. He's the Riddler. He just wasn't wearing his mask.
Yeah.
Evil Willy Wonka with the random bush midget.
Well, and that's the other thing. You're gonna have to, if they've got the random bush midget with a blowgun, and you come after me, you didn't check my cart was already half full of beer. The bottle, a replacement bottle of bourbon from this was on a Wednesday from buying it on Monday, and and some backup rum and vodka, and you
Mm-hmm.
go, one dart'll do it. No, Cam, no, that's just gonna make me a little bit grumpy because I'm gonna want a nap, but I'm not gonna be tired. So you're gonna have to up our fucking
You
game.
have to. If you beat the game on medium, you don't want to go back to easy. You got to bump it up to expert.
You got to. You got to. That's yeah.
There's just in his basement. There's just a bunch of guys with my frame slowly wasting away. Like, well, round one was easy.
We've got some good practice. We gotta pump it up. We gotta bump up these numbers. I I did ask Nicole one time, like, how many roofies do you think that it would take to put like really put me down? Because I've told you that we've told you the roofie
Mm-hmm.
story
Yep.
from obviously they were trying their best, and oh
Yeah. Regrettably, we don't know how lean the mixture was on that one.
yeah, I really, for science, if you
Mm-hmm.
guys are listening, I would love if you would just anonymously reach out via email, zinglaryignore at gmail.com, and
For no reason at all. How much Rohypnol will it take for me to go down?
oh,
Really, for no reason at all. But I need that written down in both metric and English.
oh, I'm talking about the people that roofied us. If they happen to be
Uh,
listening, let me know how much you did for science. But Nicole,
Specifically, the only people who listen to the show, the one that got away back in the Keys, we found him. They're trying to use some manner of like geotag game to like look at your background and figure out where you are. Let's see. There's a sign that says Budweiser, so obviously he's somewhere in the Midwest. Okay,
there's a skunk with its head stuck in a mayo jar, so it's
so
definitely.
he's in a basement.
I it's just funny though when I asked Nicole how many it will take, and she had an immediate answer on how
Oh,
many she thinks it would really take to put me down, and then that's what she tells everybody when I'm like, "All right, I'll be right back. I gotta hit the restroom," and somebody will make a joke about, "Okay, I'm gonna review your beer while you're gone," and she'll be like, "Well, put 4 in there, otherwise it just makes him grumpy." How do we know this? Don't worry about it. You don't sleep well, and I just try to help. That's why my butt's so sore. Hey, do you know how though I know Key West is awesome and one of the best places on earth?
several reasons, but why specifically now?
We got roofied and we went back the very next day and we want to go back again. I just told her, I was like, if I see that couple, she's like, oh yeah. She goes, you're do your thing. You do what you gotta do. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I can beat the shit out of somebody on my honeymoon.
Put on your nicest slacks and invite them over for dinner.
Somewhere taped to a chicken on this island is a knife and some adrenaline. What? That's a callback from the from the initial scenario where I wake up.
Oh, you were here for the first part, but here's the thing: I tape knives and adrenaline to feral birds.
You
Context, honestly, this part is not going to be needed, because it's your problem to find it. Otherwise,
here's the thing: then you're gonna have to fight that bird for that knife. You're gonna fight that bird, and that bird has already. That bird loves that knife. I'm just gonna tell you, that bird loves
man
that fucking knife.
was really reticent at first, but really, really took to it immediately.
I
I can see you looking at screens intently, which always just makes my butthole pucker a little bit.
and no, we're good, baby. We're good.
Ooh, God.
I may have even figured out a way to make my life easier. How about that? How about
4 roofies.
Ooh, it's
Because
a
nothing that
spicy
happens after that is up
meatball.
to you. Nothing that happens after that is up to you.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
I told you I've been playing some Grand Theft Auto, right?
Mhm.
I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and I played it. I made the mistake of playing it in front of Nicole, who is convinced that the character Trevor is just me if I had made like two different decisions in my life. Because the booze bag meth head that lives in the desert and terrorizes the locals. She's like, yeah, that's. I mean, look at his hair. If he lets it grow out, it's the same pattern, baby. It's the same pattern, and I'm just saying. I could see you blowing up a bunch of bikers for fun. All right, man.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? And then I made the mistake of playing it in front of Gideon, who was just like, "Hey, is that a hooker over there? You want to pick up the hooker?" No, I do not. Not in front of you, anyway. It's very graphic. Like, how graphic? I mean, come on, come on. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna show you pixelated boning. No, I'm not doing it. This is not father son bonding time. If you want to bond over hookers, we'll go pick one up for real. Like, let's just go.
We'll do it the way Grandpappy taught me.
He'll pick out one that you think looks like it won't make your dick fall off.
First time I was ever, when I turned 18, my creepy uncle took me and a couple buddies to a strip club. And I just, 18 years old and wide eyed, just like first strippers everywhere. And he looked at me with all earnesty and said, "You want me to find out which one of these hooks?" And I know that he was serious because the man's been to prison. But here's the thing, he's also cheap, so he would have made me pay for it.
Ah, yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It would have been a student loan situation all over again.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna want money, and then he would let the bouncer kick the shit out of me.
Yeah,
That's the kind of cat he is. He's like, "I'll do step 1 for you, but steps 2 through 8, that's on you."
yeah. Look, I will help you learn, but I'm not gonna learn the whole lesson for you. You got to figure this shit out on your own.
And if stuff starts to itch, that's also step 9 on you.
Oh no, I don't want
Hmm.
that. I don't
That's
want
how
that.
we learn you to be a man.
That's we toss you into the pond so you learn how to swim,
And
and
then you have to fuck a hooker
then you gotta fuck a hooker. That's exactly step one.
in one day in the same hour.
Get over it.
This
Don't
is
be
before lunch, stupid. We've got a day planned.
a oh shit! Happy 18th.
Throw you in a pod, fuck a hooker, light lunch.
Light lunch because you don't want to be weighed down.
Then
Uh,
we're gonna play a game called How High of a Thing Can You Jump Off Of?
man, this is the best 13th birthday ever.
Snap.
Hey, speaking of best 13th birthdays ever, splitsociety.org.
Hey, splitsociety.org. Show is brought to you by
This
said
show brought to you by
Yoda.
splitsociety.org. I'm wearing my splitsociety.org t-shirt, which needs replaced because I've gotten some manner of residue that won't come out on this shirt, but I'm still wearing it for various and sundry things. Normally to the grocery store where I somewhere in my addled brain, my spidey sense still buzzes and goes, "Hey, maybe don't." With that guy, maybe don't. He's got a windowless van and he wants to see what type of animals can fit up you. So let's go on. Split
We're not
Society,
starting with mammals, by the way.
something with teeth and claws. It's a grab bag. Literally, we're going to grab your bag.
And
It's
and pull till we hear a snap.
Splitsociety.org can ease
Oh
those
fuck!
pains, though. They
They are
don't
the purveyors of fine hand rolled artisan spliffs, hand toasted, hand rolled, and
hand
they might
rolled
they're toasted by some hands.
toasted palm leaves. I hope they're toasted by one of the Miyagi it.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
know. I haven't had a drink in a week, and I just
yeah, buddy. How you doing with that?
Swift Society.
Split Society. You know what?
No,
That's what
actually,
you need. You need
no,
splitsociety.org,
no.
where you can
I,
put some cinnamon and cumin in the same thing because that's your favorite herbs. And
and
then
together,
you can snort them, smoke them, huff them, boof them. If you want to, if you need to boof it, boof it. Um,
can we not glance over boof? What is if I was going to boof something
if you were gonna boof something, let's say
from Split Society specifically?
from Split Society, I
Yeah,
I
what
would.
am I doing with it? What
Well,
is it, and what's happening to me?
I don't have a good example from splitsociety.org because they're a classy organization that gives money to charity with every purchase. So you should check them out at splitsociety.org or at Prairie State Hemp right here in Springfield, Illinois. You can check them out there.
Dot nothing because it's a real place.
It's a real brick and mortar. Tell Sam I said hi. Um, or you could tell splitsociety.org because everything's sent clean as a whistle, so you can get it anywhere in the United States. Um,
Is it not illegal or not filthy?
as in not illegal.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so it might be filthy.
it might. Well, not. It's clean as a whistle in all the ways because I'll explain boofing in a second. That splitsociety.org would never
Ignore
do that.
topic. Remember the name of the show.
So check out splitsociety.org. Tell them that we said hi by using promo code Zig and Larry at checkout. That's once again splitsociety.org. Bradford, I know you used to listen to the show. I don't blame you if you stopped for a while, but I'm putting effort into things again. I need a new one of these. I need a new one of these shirts. I probably should have got a tank top before the summer's end. Anyway, boofing. So let's say you and some friends have had a baggie full of cocaine, and all that's left is the remnants, and you can't really get it out. What you do,
Of the baggie, just
yeah,
like the okay, okay.
yeah, like there's residue left,
There's yeah, I can
so you
imagine.
can't shake it out anymore. It's still stuck in there. What you do is you give your little lick,
Hmm.
you run it around the bag, get plenty of it on your finger, and then right up the old hole. Just make sure,
Whoa,
yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, I wouldn't have either had I went home with that guy offering me dinner.
So I know that the gummy is a thing. So that's like that, but you want your fingers to stink afterwards?
Apparently, yeah. Well, it just gets up there a whole lot quicker.
Here's my issue with that is you can't do it twice.
Right. What I would recommend if you're gonna boof, take the baggie, roll it over your finger like a condom. The residue's still on there, and then
Oh.
you can just floopity doop right up there
Hmm.
and eat hell, have a friend give it a twist, and then pull it right back out. Everybody's clean. Everybody's clean.
This is how pragmatic of a mind I have. Because as soon as you put that image in my head, I was like, oh, you're going to put a little olive oil on that. No, that's going to be too messy. Maybe the spray oil. That's actually perfect. Yeah. A little bit of spray Pam on that just to give it right up there.
Yeah.
That's literally where my mind went. How to most accurately self boof an inverted baggie of
Yeah.
cocaine.
Well, and like neither of us are like, don't do cocaine. We're like, don't just stick a raw finger up there. Now what do you
Don't be
now
an
you're
asshole.
now you're stuck you're stuck at the campsite because no with a poopy finger because no one thought to bring hand washing water or even sanitizer for God's you don't hike all the way into Joshua Tree to do mushrooms and boof and not bring hand sanitizer, you fucking morons.
To do mushrooms and boof. That's phenomenal because that means that you're going to Joshua Tree with mushrooms that grew in excrement on purpose. You purchased those. and only enough cocaine to shove up your ass once. You got the boofing bag? Yeah, last Thursday was last Thursday, so now I got the boofing bag. You know what I mean?
Uh,
We've seen our buddies scrape out enough bowls to know that you got to get every last ounce. It's like trying to get the last bit of the fucking Nutella out with just right spatula. But except for that, I don't put the Nutella up my asshole.
but no, never do no Nutella up your asshole, and you just fart hazelnut for a week.
I would wear that tank top just as fart hazelnut.
Fart hazelnut. It sounds like
Silver ball, fart hazelnut. Ah, I see your silver ball, and I raise you fart hazelnut.
I see your fart hazelnut, and I raise you a boof cocaine.
Masterfully played. I haven't seen anybody pull the masterfully the boof cocaine since the 70s.
Boof. The mushroom and boof sounds like a new dish at Alinea.
It sounds like something fucking Salt Bay makes.
Mm.
It's 48,000 pound sterling. What is it? It's mushroom boof. I've never heard the man speak, but I have a feeling it sounds something like this.
Yes.
He always has the round sunglasses on, which I have a pair of those round sunglasses, and I wear them as a gag every once in a while because my wife hates them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
No.
don't wear them out in public.
I don't know if there's any. I am. Part of me is like I'm very lucky, but it does make it difficult to write jokes about my wife because I can do whatever I want, and she's just like looking good, babe, and I'm like,
Yeah, I don't have that relationship. I get informed when I'm fucking up.
I went to the store with like a Henley, like a red, white, and blue Henley style T-shirt, um, pit vipers, a very flat build cap, cut off sweatpants, and my Crocs with socks. I was wearing socks, and I was like, "All right, you ready to go to the store?" And this woman looked at me and she's like, "This is outstanding. Yeah, let's go." And I'm like, "Fuck!" She doubled down. I can't back down now. I can't be like, "Let me change my shoes." Nope, nope. I put those bitches into sport mode, and I went. I went out. That's what I did. I
I have the exact opposite. I have a woman who looks me up and down before I leave the house. She's like, "There's a spot on that shirt. I'm gonna have to spot treat that." I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I get the, "Hey, babe, there's a spot on your shirt. Do you give a shit?" I don't know. Do you give a shit? No. Then I don't either. This is awesome. Oh,
Your shorts are a little wrinkled, Adam. Have you not seen the theme? Yes, I know. I
so's my
didn't
ball
move.
sack. I
I,
don't know.
I didn't move to Florida to not be a dirtbag. What the fuck is? Why are you not picking up on this?
This you've seen me. You were fine. I've been in tank tops and flip-flops from the moment I got off the move-in van and just looked.
That's not even true. For the 10 months up until we moved, I refused to wear pants. I was wearing pants in October or I was wearing shorts in October in Chicago before we moved. I'm like, it was like the first day was finally in the 40s. I'm like, oh God, I'm not backing out now.
I wore jeans to the office yesterday because I got up and it was like 44 degrees and I was like, first cool morning of the year, I guess. Part of me was like, just wear shorts and a sweatshirt like you always do. But I was like, no, we're
Yeah.
jeans. And so I did, and then at the end of the day I was like, stupid jeans. I like but did I change? No, I came home and worked on projects and made two frozen pizzas that Gideon and I nearly devoured entirely before we looked at each other and went, "Are we doing this tonight? Are we are we really eating two whole pizzas?" And then we watched the new Ninja Turtles movie, and both of us were absolutely surprised at how great it was. So,
Your son taught you what boof meant, then everybody didn't go to sleep.
hey, Dad, you know what boofing is? Well, thought I did.
Uncle Zig's gonna want to hear about this a couple of days.
So, here's what boofing is. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some sleep. Wi-Fi still reaches my room, right? What? Why are you asking? No reason. Just Whenever you hear the sounds, just put your earbuds in and try to ignore
Pardon me as I talk to the ceiling and cry into a pillow.
it. Yeah, he takes after his old man that way.
Yeah, I've had to. So we're going to see like we've been interviewing pediatricians. We finally found one that we really liked. We
He's
found
he
several that
doesn't
were
work out of
fine.
the back of a van, right?
She And yes, she does, but it's got nice paintings on it that lure the children in.
Oh,
But we found one that we really like. But every time like we like go to get an ultrasound or like go to just do one of these like or like the doula comes over like something like official. I have
the
like
witch doctor.
three
Yeah.
the witch doctor, yeah. I have three she's doing a lot of weird shit with sage in this house. Um I have like three or four
Mostly putting it in
nice.
my eggs, and I'm not.
It's delightful. Kind of tastes like stuffing. Um I have a few like nice shirts that I wear just to these outings. I don't wear real shoes. I wear like Hey Dude slip-ons. Those are my like casual going out
Yeah.
shoes. And then nice shorts. And as soon as we get back into the house, these are like at like 8 a.m. appointments, right? So it's like 9:30 when we get home. I strip off that fucking shirt like a child who has to wear a fucking uniform at school and just walks around like, I don't like it. Give me my open toe shoes. No, no.
These
Fat guy
piggies
don't
need to
feel good.
breathe.
Yeah.
Piggies need to breathe.
Fuckers. Yeah. I strip it right off. I'm like, I only wore this for an hour and a half. I can still wear it tomorrow, right? That's like there's a spot on it. How is there always a spot on it?
I know. I leak. I leak. I can't help it.
I don't get it. Every time I do something, there's a spot on it.
There's
Now
always a spot.
I have fucking PTSD about getting shit on my clothes now. This is what it's like. I can get the spray and wash it, and that stain needs vinegar. I'm fucked. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I hate to
Scotch guard my fucking life.
I hate to tell her, but this just play this part for her. Hey, buddy. Ange, you know I love you. You're about to have a kid. Everything you own is about to be stained. It,
Excellent.
there's going to be some manner of fluid on you for the next question mark from the time that kid comes out until maybe they move out. There's going
Depends on
to
how bright she is.
there's going to be some manner of fluid somewhere on your person
I
from
can't
that child.
wait to watch her breakdown. It's going to be phenomenal because she does like things to be tidy. Well, she likes things to be tidy as long as she's the one, as long as I'm following her rules. If she's the one leaving shit out, that's fine.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. That's the other Nicole and I are the same kind of we need this to be put in order. This type of thing needs to be in order. Oh, this over here, I give a fuck about this.
Dude, no shade at all, but I love walking into your kitchen because it's always like piles of very interesting ingredients in different stages of rot. Like it's like that was we pickled all these, so those are going to be fine. These are spectacular. You can only get these twice a year. I bought those 6 months ago. Never did anything with those. Okay, so moving over here, cured meats.
Yep, that's I so she listens. So
Hmm.
but she also knows that this is an argument that we have a lot. Where I looked at the jar of pickled lemons that is now covered in I want to say dust. I can't call it legally. I can't call it dust. I've
Mm.
consulted a lawyer. It's about to be fossilized, the amount of dirt that has covered up the damn thing. And I'm like, can we maybe get rid of the weird pickled lemons? Why? They're pickled. They're good for these expired during the Nixon administration. I don't know how that is because I know you bought them when Obama was in office.
Your mother won these at a bunko game after a key party. We have to get rid of them.
Please, for God. Well, I might make you will never make the thing that you made. No, honey, you know I love you. This is like the one thing that we are like. I love the fact this beautiful woman, her food is her love language.
Hmm.
Making food, preparing it, watching
100%.
shows.
I'm the
And
same way.
I love it. I love it. Um, I I would I'm very utilitarian. Like if you ask me, can you make a very nice meal? Absolutely. I know my way around a kitchen. But like I said, as soon as she was gone, I just looked at Gideon and I was like, burrito bowls, uh, veg heavy, bison, burrito bowls. We'll do light rice, so we don't have a lot of. He's like, yep. So the boy's the same as it. He's like,
Yeah, it's fine.
please. And so great, we can eat on this for 3 fucking days. Awesome.
That sounds delightful, actually.
And I don't have to think, it's
Hmm.
um lunch. I literally make adult lunchables for myself. And but she has this thing where the fridge, if it's not full, if it's not packed full, then she is failing as an adult. And I'm like, if there's beer, milk, some manner of lunch meat, the leftovers, and what we're cooking the next 2 days, uh, as long as the door is full of condiments, then I feel like I'm winning. Also, stop, honey. We've argued and argued for years. Stop putting leafy greens and vegetables in my beer drawer. I want my beer to be
Mm,
crisp, and it gets sad when it has to share room with kale. It makes it feel bad about itself.
mhm.
Stop it.
This is the problem, and going back to the Gen X thing from last week, this is the problem with trying to be eco conscious. I have the room for a fucking beer fridge, and I know I can't have it because it's wasteful for electricity.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. And I know that I could just plug our my mini fridge back in. We've got a
Hmm.
little mini fridge, and just load that up and keep my beer cold. But I don't want to. I want it in the crisper drawer because I like it cold and crisp, and that's where it lives, is in the crisper drawer. There's another drawer. There's two other drawers. There's a meat and cheese drawer, and then there's a miscellaneous drawer, which is also a crisper. Just put the vegetables. Stop putting carrots.
Miscellaneous drawer. That's for the vials.
That's for pickled lemons and things that we'll never fucking use again. I love you, honey. Please don't be upset.
Welcome to this episode of Zig and Larry Ruin a Marriage, where we pick one of us. Happily enough, my wife does not listen to the show, so I can do whatever I want. She listens to the wall sometimes, just to make sure there's nothing gets to stab me over.
Yeah, she is stabby. She's stabby.
Yeah, quietly
Like,
stabby.
yeah, but fortunately she's short, so it's just like it was all in my butt cheek, and while I was there, just God, ow.
Or just prodding gently with a utility knife. Jesus.
Stop it. Try to boof that knife up there. What are you doing?
It's a Puerto Rican thing called knife boof.
Give him the old knife boof.
Give the old razzle dazzle knife boof.
Just so you know, we have bullshitted this entire episode.
Uh huh. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Good.
going to continue to bullshit. I just wanted you to know that we are at like 53 minutes.
Excellent, because what I have will take very little time.
Great.
I'm glad that we were in this kind of mood because I was about to say that I don't know how much time we can fill on this, but I found this. I do have a thing that would take a while, so I'm going to save that one. But I have this thing that won't take very long.
Okay.
So this episode is about fucking nada, but this is just something that I hope you haven't read. I found this article a while ago in Forbes, and I don't know how I would take it. I know what their intention was, but I think that it's a failure. But I just want to
Okay.
tell you that this exists. Can you think? Because this is in Japan. It's in Tokyo.
Okay.
Okay, it's sweeping the nation. It's this is well, I guess this was written in August of this year, so I guess it was last summer, this most recent summer. It's a pop up that's happened several times, or pop up restaurant. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
can you think? Give me one real world example of what might be the most well intentioned but poorly thought out theme to raise awareness for a pop up restaurant. Now, I understand that's a lot to throw at you, but I can't think of another way to describe this.
Well intentioned, but poorly
Poorly
thought out
thought out
theme for a restaurant.
and aggressively executed. Interestingly
Mm.
executed. I'm surprised they
Oh
pulled it off.
boy.
I don't know how you actually, there's a lot of moving parts.
Hold on. Give me a second. The uh Hiroshima Hibachi.
You just ticked all the boxes. Yeah, very good. I don't think I could have come up with something that would have fit ticked all those boxes in under a minute. But you did, and I'm proud of you. Um, this is better somehow, I think.
They just
Okay,
they just put all the mushrooms in the middle of the grill, throw the oil on it, and make it
run.
smoke.
Pull the pin and run. Um,
What is that? That's the mushroom cloud. Anyway, what would you like?
in order to raise awareness for people suffering with dementia, the elderly mostly, almost exclusively, I believe, for this one specific thing.
Yeah.
This is a pop up restaurant where all of the waiters and waitresses are elderly and suffer strongly with some manner of dementia.
So you're never getting your food.
You are never most likely. No, well, actually, I've read this whole article.
You're
It's called
getting
the. They literally call it the restaurant of mistaken orders. Is the translation that I'm presented within this article. Um, so literally, the whole article is about like I ordered soup and I got sushi. The coffee comes with a straw in it for reasons. You order food, it just never shows up. You order soup and she comes back and tells you about her dead dog from 1923.
oh
You know,
my
shit
god.
like that. And I get it. You're forced to realize that these people are trying their best. Are they? Do they know where they are? Do they realize that they have a job?
Right.
How bad is this dementia? Do they think that they're 23 and they're working right out of school? What is going on? And at some point, do you laugh at the fact that you got the wrong thing and then hopefully don't make them feel like shit? Or do you go, yes, this is very poignant. Regrettably, I'm allergic to shellfish, so I'm going to have a seizure. Like,
Right.
how
Yeah.
do you laugh at them? Do you say thank you? Do they know what's going on? Do they realize how bad they're fucking up? I have so many questions, Larry.
I you're asking all the same questions that I'm asking. Like, one, do they know that they're working? Two, are they getting paid? Three, are they being paid fairly? Four, do uh, you just order knowing? Yeah, you don't go there being like, I'm in the mood for this, and then get upset when you don't get that given to you.
Yeah, you can't go to like Hobby Lobby with a shopping list. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you buy what's there.
yeah.
Um,
I'm in the mood for a nice tomato bisque. Here is a rare steak. That's not what I ordered, but okay, thanks. You don't go in the mood. You just go, it's the Russian roulette buffet is what that should be called. Just I'll take number one. That sounds great. What are your specials today? I have no idea. Can you repeat them? I can't repeat my own name. I didn't.
I ordered the souvlaki. She handed me a cat and said happy anniversary.
But best night ever. Anyway,
So how are you supposed to react? Like how is this how does everybody leave this situation positively? Or is that not the intent? Is the intent for you to like leave there everybody feeling like they've done a shitty thing and then they just throw money at Alzheimer's research?
that has to be it. I think
Yeah,
it
I
has
never
to
want
be.
anybody to have to struggle through walking across the room with a plate of food again.
I I mostly bartended. I worked a kitchen once. Then I also got shoved out because the I got shoved out onto the floor covering the entire restaurant one time. When I should have been bartending, but the person that was supposed to wait tables decided to be just a right bitch and refuse, like, threatened to walk out if she didn't get to bartend on this very busy day. And I was like, fine, I'll wait tables poorly. I'm not good at it. Um, I'm great at remembering drink orders, and I'm really fast at that. Are you telling me I have to remember everybody's order at the table plus which table is which and who ordered what? That's not happening.
Yeah, I've done both. It's a completely different skill set.
Yeah, and I don't have that skill set. Um, I have a pretty decent memory, especially then before I drank most of it away. Um, and was I was in a state of panic for like 5 hours.
That is when you're when you're in the weeds. That is, you're just a general in a heightened state of alert.
I asked for lemonade. When can I get my lemonade? Now, I'm sorry. Do you see where that woman is? That's where I'm supposed to be. Is right back there. I am uh this is terrifying for me. This,
Waiting tables can feel like you're the smallest deer in the tundra. Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, I walked up one time and this woman looked at me and I brought her a menu and was like, "Can I get you anything besides water? We'll see." All right. I'll
That's how
do
you want this to go? Fine, bitch.
and I walked up and
Pawn to rook 3.
walked back up and she looked at me. She goes, "I don't like anything on this menu." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were a regular that came in here all the time and has tried everything on the menu." And she looked at me. She goes, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" I said, "Do about what?" "The menu. I don't want anything on this menu."
Gonna suggest Taco Bell, cunt.
I
I don't know what you want.
I told her, I was like, "Well, if you go out the door and take a right and another right, Cafe Moxo is serving fantastic sandwiches, and
They have a completely different thing. You know, they're a different place, so they sell different shit.
I would try that." I said, "Or if you're more into it, from what I can tell from your palate, you may want to drive down the street and get a goddamn Happy Meal. Um, but otherwise, I don't have another fucking suggestion for you,
Joyless
lady.
cunt.
Now, do you want to order off the menu and get something besides water? Or would you like to open up this table for four that you took because you, quote, told the hostess, quote, 'I liked the room.'"
God. Just walk into a Lowe's and walk around going, I can't. Yeah, all right. All right,
Yeah,
you're the main character. Congratulations.
congratulations. And she was like, "I'll never be back here again." And I went, "Great. No one wants you here."
Thank you for just walking in to ruin 15 minutes of my life.
And I looked around, I was like, "You can clearly see we don't have any problem with business. Do you see all of these people?" I was like, "Those people over there are still waiting for drinks that I have to put on hold because I'm taking care of you, madam. You." Fortunately, this was all I did all the time I worked at that place. It was all like last minute, "Can you do me a favor?" For the owner getting a hold of me, is like, "Hey, can you come in and do this? Can you come in and do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." Here's a couple $100 here. Here's a, I'll comp you this. Hey, let's drink some Pappy Van Winkle after we shut down. That's you get to keep that. You get to keep Pappy Van Winkle in your tum tum and all the tips you can make tonight. Perfect. I'm great with that. And then I get to take a bunch of leftovers home. It was just like, yes, please, from this really great restaurant that I love coming into anyway. Sure, I'll fucking sure, why not? But yeah, this bitch, I was just like, no, no, today's not. He comes out and he's like, "Hey, I get what you were doing, and I appreciate what you're doing for us, but don't yell at the customers anymore." "What are you gonna do?" He goes, "Obviously, I can't fucking fire you, can I?" And I was like, "It's not a threat. It's not a threat. If you fire me, I'm handing you my waitress belt, I'm taking my cash, and I'm gonna go right over to your bar, and I'm gonna drink there." It's like, "All right, go do a shot real quick." I'm like, "I don't have time." He goes, "Yeah, time for a shot." "I got time for a shot." "All right."
I wish it was me. One of the best things I ever saw when I was waiting tables, somebody was one of the other waiters. He had that serving tray, like one of those like solid round but
Uh-huh.
metal serving trays.
Oh,
But there
yeah.
wasn't anything on it. Like he was like had it on, like he just delivered drinks, whatever. Just had it on his shoulder or on his hip rather. And I don't know what the conversation was because I never spoke to this dude again. But I heard her say very loudly, "I want to speak to the manager," and or "I want to see the manager," because he said, "You're about to see Valhalla, bitch." And then he just chucked, didn't chuck, he was like flicked the cylindrical metal thing, and it made this horrible noise on it, just catching the attention of everybody in this restaurant. And it was like a busy lunch shift. You know what I mean? It wasn't like loud like a dinner shift is because nobody's really drinking, but it's a
Right.
busy like lunch shift. People are on like lunch breaks, and from people are dressed in business casual, just bang, 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 Valhalla, bitch, bang, 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 and then just walk the fuck out, and nobody ever heard from him again.
Love it. I love
Phenomenal.
I love a good I quit story. I love
Yeah,
a good I
I
quit
never
story.
quit in a huff like that. I always wish I could have.
I
Never did.
Fortunately at the winery, if I was in a huff, it just meant somebody was getting thrown out. And that so anytime I was just like, I want to quit this job, the waitress would be like, this guy's gotta go. Great. I'm like, what are you doing? Expressing my rage is what I'm doing. So I can continue to work tonight. My I don't think my ball sack goes up there. It sure does. Have you ever heard of boofing?
It does with help.
We're gonna boof your ball sack.
Boofing your own ball sack.
What is the interview process for this restaurant? Hey, can you remember?
If you can find the place to interview and be on time, you don't get the gig. That's
Yeah,
number one.
yeah. Hey, can you remember this order? I'm gonna need a porterhouse. I'm gonna need that rare with a side of mashed potatoes, not loaded mashed potatoes, just mashed potatoes. Can you go a little light on the salt for that? Also, the green beans, steamed green beans. I'm gonna need that as well. I'm gonna need a an old fashioned made with dickel rye, and then also for dessert, let's go ahead and get dessert. A creme brulee and for me and whatever the lady would like. She'll tell you what she wants. And um also, you know what? With dinner, I'll take a glass of your house Cabernet, whatever comes with that. Can you remember? Can you repeat that back? Once, when I was 23,
Correct.
I got finger blasted by Jeff Daniels. What? No, you didn't.
And then she just sits down, puts a napkin in her lap, and goes, "What I'll have to nobody."
hello, hello, boy. She is called a coat rack boy.
She sat down next to me at the table, looked me in the eye, and said, "What's my soup tonight?"
Jimmy, it's been so long. What are we having for dinner? Thank you for inviting me over. Oh,
Anybody else hear the fucking theme from the Twilight Zone over and over?
oh no. Graham
Yeah.
Graham?
How does anybody leave there feeling good? And it just, who's dropping off just a truckload of old people? Like, I think that literally they just go to an old folks home and go, "I'll take that gray one, that gray one, and that gray one. The one over there who's chattering at the credenza, give me that one, absolutely. Shuffle them in the trunk. We're going to take them for a while. Don't worry. They have no idea where they're going. They don't know when they'll be back. Put them in an apron and go, you work here now. Excellent. Where's the shovel? What? No. Okay.
The one that's trying to boof the Wii controller.
Dementia isn't funny unless it's somebody else.
He's the house manager. Bring him.
I just don't know. Well, we definitely raised awareness about dementia. Yeah, because everybody's leaving with stained clothes.
Everyone's leaving with stained clothes and regret. And
Just befuddled looks.
I thought I thought I was taking you to a nice restaurant.
Very, very infrequently would I have a meal should the end result be, I don't know what just occurred.
Yes, we have a reservation. No one cares. I don't even know what that is. Is there an open table? Take it.
We have reservations. That sounds nice, Reginald. Uh, so,
Oh, we do? Oh, well, take us to the seat then.
what do you want to do now?
Excuse me, we've been waiting for an hour. I've been waiting for 20 years for death to take me.
Just sit slowly squeezing half a lemon. Just no reason. Totally forgot it was there.
No lemon in my tea. Oh, all the lemon. I'll take a lot of. I'll just turn that into an Arnold Palmer, would you? That's great. Thank you. Why are you urinating in it?
Everybody sits down and they want the section with the worst one. Like, what is. I can't wait to see what happens. And then you laugh at somebody who doesn't know where they are.
Well, here's the thing. If they want it to be fun, we just put helmets and bubble wrap on them.
Sparklers.
And just if they bring you the wrong food, then you trip them.
Sparklers are great, mostly harmless, but with a real element of danger. That's what you want. They could hurt you, probably not, but it could hurt you bad if you're patient enough.
I know Drew was talking about how he felt bad passing out in the yard.
My
Like,
brother, by the way,
yeah, it, I don't even remember how many years ago, but I was home alone. I think
he didn't pass out in the yard. He fell asleep in front of a fire in a chair.
this
There's a
was a different
difference.
time.
Oh, okay.
Well, I I I put the chair out there, started the fire, after I was already a half a bottle into the bourbon, and then finished another quarter of it before I went, well, sleepy time, and just slept there. This was a different time. This was I can't remember where Nick was, but I was here alone, and I uh d- got to day drinking. Um, you know what? It was 4th of July, and I don't know why she wasn't here. She was working somewhere. But it was 4th of July, and I put on my uh red, white, and blue tank top, cowboy hat, um, shorts, and I believe I had cowboy boots on at the time, and just went out to the backyard with fireworks and sparklers, and then had enough beer and shots in me that I made in my cowboy hat a crown of sparklers. It gets real hot. It gets
I would
real
assume
hot.
so.
But I lit them all and then took a video of myself. I was like, yeah, oh Jesus Christ.
As they get closer and closer to your dome, the theme from Mission Impossible starts playing,
Yeah,
perceptibly at first. I love that you have a real sense of dress em ups, like in your day to day life.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna just, you might as well have fun with it.
like the kid from that fucking Sandler movie, Big Daddy. What do you want to wear? Flippers and a fucking baseball cap? Sure, whatever.
Sure, whatever. I don't care. Go for it, Frankenstein.
Mhm. Well, we're going to be off next week
Yes, we are.
because
Thank you.
Larry's found God.
Yeah, well, hell, he lives underneath an overpass, and I'm just trying to get him back home.
He has a carton of very nice vegetables, and he wants to shove them at you. I was about to say shove them. It's went from up you to at you because there's been too many things going up butts this episode. But I think that's a theme in our lives.
I think so. Yeah,
Listeners of the show, fans of the show, can you find one episode where we don't
talk
reference
about
things being inserted in one of our or anybody's butt? If you can find one, you win.
specifically butt or orifices in general.
Yeah, uh, whatever's funniest.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced he was God, but he's got a 5-gallon plastic gas can that every time you put your and he's got like a little mask that he puts over it, and then he puts it up to your face and you breathe deep. And then he shows you all types of fantastic things. I've seen the past, present, and future.
It's equal parts kerosene, gasoline, and sauvage. That's shit that Johnny Depp hawks.
Yeah, every time I wake up not here. Last time it was in Danville, Illinois. I woke up um one time I woke up hanging from the Richard Pryor statue in Peoria. So that was well, that's
That's a good t-shirt. Larry Smith, the only thing that's ever happened in Danville.
it's God, who was I? I was listening to a band the other day. They were like they referenced Danville, Illinois, and I was like, really? Because
It's a
Danville
deep cut.
is like if you stand on the edge of Danville, Illinois, and throw real hard, you could almost hit Indiana with a rock. So
And people have tried. Fuck the Hoosiers.
if you go
You're pissing in the wind.
just outside of Danville, you're still in Illinois, but they're in the Eastern time zone. All, like the clock on their wall stays the same, but like your phone will change and be like, you're in Indiana. And they're like, yay. It's a really cool little steakhouse too. It's really like you can cook your own steak. It's really cool. Or you can like have Earl do it, which I did. I'm like, I'm not
I've been to one of those places where you can cook your own steak. I'm like, I can do this at fucking home for cheaper.
exactly. So no, you cook it for me. But yeah, this was a place, especially because I saw Earl and I'm like, that girl, Earl learned how to cook in prison. I trust him.
Either that or a wagon train.
I'm not paying $8 for a potato, steamed vegetables, a roll, and this bone-in ribeye to cook it myself. You do it, peasant.
That's when you know you go to too fancy of restaurants. I got too used to shit. I go to places and they're like, everything comes with something. I'm not
Uh,
used to that. You have to restaurants I go to, like, you order everything a la carte. You know what I mean? Like, what does it come with? That's the meat. It comes with the meat.
it comes some of that meat comes with a bone in it. Some
Hmm.
comes
You can take it home if you want. Is that something you'd like? Do you know? Do you want to work at this dementia restaurant?
I was a dancer.
You are going to work at the restaurant of mistaken orders. Well, at least I can't fuck it up. We're gonna watch you try.
Well, the fact that you just realized that you can't fuck it up means you've already fucked it up. You're fired. I
She
can't
just
even.
served. She just served some rice to the stove.
She's letting all the rats out into the dining room, and she's named them all. Yeah, but she's calling them the names of her children. Yeah, well, she's the right fit for this job.
Where's Ethel? She took off all of her clothes and said she was going on a smoke break.
Oh, well, so it must be 3 o'clock. All right, thanks,
It's the
Ethel.
theme of the restaurant. Table 53 ain't getting shit, and they owe us $48,000.
Table 54 is just furiously masturbating, so get them back in the kitchen.
I told you we're going to bring the wrong clientele. All right, as I tried to say, we are going to be off next week because Larry is officiating at a wedding, and I'm just gonna. I don't do anything. So in 2 weeks, I will be 3 weeks sober. And after that, the kid could come at any moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
By that, I mean the one I ordered.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully they put air holes in the box this time.
No, not the way I ordered it. Wrapped in plastic.
Oh.
Hmm.